And welcome back to another podcast. We are live. This is unscripted. This is not unscripted. I just woke up from a nap. Can you tell? welcome to No Sugar, No Cream podcast. I'm here with the one and only Tim. Tim, how's it going?
Pretty well.
You are awake more than both of us. You are the most awake of the two of us.
Awake more than
I'm
both
not
of
sure
us.
what planet I am on right now. Just woke up from a lovely nap.
Yeah.
How are you doing this wonderful day, good sir?
Well, better now that we're on here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday. This is our last live one together. I'll be heading off on a trip in a big old rocket ship. And I'm headed to Seattle. In fact, my brother just texted me asking what time I land, and I'm not sure. I gotta check that. I gotta figure that out. I think early afternoon I'll get there on Saturday, and won't be too bad of a flight. I got a new suitcase. I got to get packed. Not looking forward to packing. I'm not much of a
So what?
shouldn't be too bad, but yeah, going on a couple cruises, so that should be fun with the fam with the fam on Carnival Cruises.
Huh?
Not sponsored.
I don't.
Not sponsored.
Streaming, public, but it's not live. But there's nothing happening. Oh.
Nothing's happening. What on Facebook?
No, on the Tim Wolf.
The Tim Wolf.
Let's
YouTube.
see. Let's try Facebook.
But yeah, so guys, this is episode number 9.
I think it's 9. Yeah,
Episode number 9. Congratulations to us. Let's hear a round of
Woo!
applause from the audience.
we made
thank
it
you.
past.
No, thank you, audience. Okay. They're taking a water break or a bathroom break or something. So we got some exciting things to look forward to. NFL's the regular season's about to start. That starts Sunday, I believe. Is there a game Thursday? I guess I don't think there's a game Thursday. I think it just all starts Sunday. Which
We are live on YouTube now.
we are live on YouTube. Excellent.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Our quality control. Bob is
Co-
taking a bathroom break. So
Tim had to step in and do Bob's job. Whatever pain, Bob, we're gonna cut in half. Whatever it is, divide it by 2.
yeah, and if those of you who weren't with us, we did it. We've had some technical issues, and
Not us. We're perfect.
We're number 9, and
No hitches
the
here,
first
ladies and
one,
gentlemen.
is basically unlistenable. At least your part was distorted.
Yeah,
That's my
I'm
fault. Distorted. And then let's see. Then we did one. We did Going Along Merrily for almost an whole hour, and there was no sound. Both of those were my mistake.
Yeah.
And then we did one that had a horrible echo, especially when you talked. And that was a setting on your phone. So that was on you.
On me.
I'm 2 to 1. So I got 2
Yeah.
mistakes to you 1.
Then there was that one accident. Once again, my fault, forgot to wear clothes, and we can't broadcast that.
Yeah, that'll
That
be
was a
forever
complete
unlisted. Maybe
accident.
when we get to 1 million followers, we will make that available to the special the special members of the paying group.
Birthday suit podcast. Yeah. Better lose some more weight. Nobody's want to kind of look at that.
Nobody want to see that.
But yeah, so this is the last week here in Nashville, and then I am goodbye, good luck.
Yeah, but we will
Just
be
for a month.
broadcasting
Just for a month. Yeah,
as live. We're pre-recording, and they will be broadcast as if they were live next Tuesday. We got one in the can, and we're going to do at least one more this week. So for the first 2 weeks we're covered, it'll at least appear like it's live.
Yes,
but it won't be. It'll pre-recorded.
You snitched on yourself. Tim, you snitcher.
Yeah, but you just said,
man,
you just said that this is the last live, so I had to make it clear.
We changed it up. I didn't go anywhere. I missed my flight. Missed my flight.
Yeah.
Bon voyage.
So
Yeah.
where are you headed on this cruise? Maybe
So,
you've told me
heading
before.
out of Seattle, going the first
Oh,
cruise
Seattle.
goes,
That's right. That's unusual. That's right. Normally you go to
going up to
Miami.
Alaska. Yeah, going up to Alaska. Heading up to Alaska, and then coming back to Seattle.
What are you
I
most
think
looking
that's-
forward to getting off the ship in Alaska?
Getting off. Tim is saying that because I mostly just like chilling on the ship for the most part. No, if there's a cool excursion to do, I'll find some way to avoid it. No. If there's any fun to have off the ship, I find some way to avoid it. No, if there's like something cool, I would love anything to do with like seeing some animals and stuff. That'd be cool. Man, I don't mind going to a beach. That's always fun. But when you gotta just walk forever to get anywhere, or stand in long lines, no, thank you. No, thank you. No lines for me. Thank you.
Especially when you got to get on a boat.
Yeah. So
when some of the ports, the boat, the water isn't deep enough that the boat can launch where you can walk off the boat onto the land. Some of them you have to get on a tender boat.
15, like it goes from 10 to even 30 minutes ride. It turns into getting on the thing, waiting for other people to get on.
Right. Even if you're the first one on, you got to wait for it to fill up.
Yeah.
Or if you're lucky enough to be the last one on, and then they pull up the doors.
Those are the times it's pretty easy call. It's like, I'm not getting off the ship. No, thank you.
But I did get off the ship twice in Santorini, Greece. That was worth it because we did 2 back-to-backs, and both of them had stops in Santorini.
Yeah.
And Santorini is absolutely amazing.
It's definitely fun too when you have overnight.
Yeah,
I think we had one overnight.
We had overnight in Turkey, Istanbul. Didn't we have another overnight? We did. We had an overnight in not Thessaloniki, but the other one.
Dale and I had one in Australia, Melbourne. We had an overnight when we were going to the horse races, and we went
Ephesus. We had one in Ephesus.
Okay, and you could go out as late as you want to, and we went out. We left the ship like at midnight just to go see what was going on. Had some late night pizza.
Well, which port?
Melbourne. That was where we were docked for the.
You were there for 3 nights.
We were 3 nights because of the we were there for the horse races, which was the first time that Dale and I ever went to a horse race. It was a lot of fun. Very hot, but everybody was dressed up really snazzy and stuff. I definitely would go all out and have a suit and stuff next time, but that was a good time. It was a lot of fun. But yeah.
Well,
once I go to Australia, I'm gonna be heading over to Hawaii. So it's like 2 cruises, about 2 weeks long each. So all the way up to Alaska. So really hitting the 2 states that are the hardest to get to in a matter of weeks there. And I'm excited about that because I haven't been to either Hawaii or Alaska.
But if you don't get off the boat, you can't say you were there.
I will get off the boat. I will definitely. I mean, yes, I definitely want to make sure I get off just to be even say I was there. But it'd definitely be easy to get off in Alaska because it will be a lot cooler. So that would be nice. And it'll be like in the 50s. So you'd be some nice hoodie weather. So I'll enjoy that very much so. And then Hawaii beaches. I mean, just the scenery would be amazing. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe do some not scuba diving, but just some snorkeling or something. Maybe who knows? I do like snorkeling.
Yeah, one of my favorite memories was when I was with you and your brother and your family friend, and we went snorkeling somewhere in the Caribbean. Yeah, you were there. All 4 of us. Yeah, we got off, and I don't remember what. Oh, it was wasn't Grand Cayman. It was one of those Caribbean islands. You probably don't remember because you've been going on so many cruises and you've done so many excursions.
So many cruises.
How many cruises have you been on now?
Over 50. Over 50 cruises.
How many have your brother been on?
Oh my goodness, way over 100. 200?
Oh no, we added it up. He was given the number. It was 170.
Was it 170?
When we were
them out
on when we were on Celebrity.
Yep.
And his favorite night his favorite event, one of his favorite events is toward the end of the cruise. They have an award ceremony.
And he'll win it sometimes.
And every time I've been with him, he wins it.
Oh yeah.
And they get all of the brass, all above all the different because a ship is organized like a company. So you got the captain, who'd be like the CEO, president. And then you get all the departments. You got the hospitality department, or the dining department, someone who's over all the food, somebody who's over all of the entertainment, somebody who's over all of the housekeeping, keeping the rooms clean. What else? What other departments are there? Maintenance. All
beverage. Did you say beverage?
Well, is beverage separate from food?
Yeah,
beverage is separate from food.
Yeah.
And what else? Categories they have?
Say the hotel, which would be
the rooms. I guess that's hotel. Yeah. And anyway, all these people, and they dress up in their sailor uniforms, and they stand on stage. And I asked Daniel, I said, that's probably their least favorite moment. And he said they don't really care for that, all the pomp and circumstance, and they have to get up there. And then they give these awards. Youngest cruiser. What are the awards? Let's see.
It kind of depend a little bit on each cruise, but the main ones are the most number of days, which that's the one day.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
The cruiser who has had the most number of days on a cruise on that cruise line, Carnival, and he normally wins it. Yeah. And
a lot of times, then it depends. If there's one where there's a lot of people that have cruised before,
a lot.
Like the brand new cruise lines, like especially when they first go out and stuff like that. But especially when like Australia, I think he was always like the first longest person to be. Which, for one thing, I don't know. Like in Australia, I wonder how long they've been even getting Carnival cruises. That's more of a
new thing,
more recent. I think more popular thing. I don't think anybody was even close to hitting the numbers Dan was hitting when we were in Australia. Now, that's a nice place to go to. Their dollar goes further. They speak English. I keep on running across these TikToks where they're making fun of that it's a big joke that Americans don't think that Australians speak English. It's like a big joke thing. So it can be pretty funny.
Well, they pronounce some words differently. My church, the top pastors, the head pastor, and then the guy, the second, I guess, I don't know what his correct term, but he's in charge of all the
some of the accents are like
and they're from Australia. They're and their wives are from Australia, and
and
there's some other staff members from Australia in my church, and they sometimes they say H rather uniquely. And last week we had a meeting, and he was making some sort of announcement talking about something to do with HOA, and I can't remember exactly what it had to do with anything, but at HOA, and somebody affectionately catcalled him from the audience and said, "What are you saying? I can't understand what you're saying." And so he said, "Okay, home. What is HOA? Home. What does HOA stand for? HOA, home organ. Manage the community where you live. We have an HOA where I live, but
they're not too picky or nothing, thankfully. Oh my gosh, you always hear nightmares enough where like you appreciate it because they're not gonna like let people just be crazy.
Right. Mine is only $26 a month.
I don't think right.
Which people are amazed. In fact, I made that comment. Somebody said that's the cheapest. I think some maintenance guy came, and I don't know how we got on the subject about HOA fees, and he said that's the cheapest HOA monthly fee.
I think probably the only time you've ran into them, or the only time you've really mentioned to me is like, hey, make sure you point going a certain way. You want to be
sometimes they send one in my 7 years here. I got one letter, community letter, that was picking on some things, saying that all the cars need to be pointed the right way, going with the traffic. Don't park on the side of the street, going the right way.
It's something simple to do.
Yeah, and it is metropolitan law. It is. Yeah, it's metropolitan law.
Because basically you have to turn around the other way, and there's a chance you hit somebody or hit something.
Yeah. It's good practice. Yeah. And then what was the other one? Get your garbage cans only at 24 hours.
Yeah, try not to leave them out.
Try not to leave them out. Well, these are just good practices to keep the house or keep the development nice and tidy and looking good for everybody. And so if anybody wanted to do something horrendously, there's some governing organization to keep them.
Yeah, they definitely
Homeowners Association. That's what it stands for. Homeowners Association.
They definitely like there's no HA where my duplex is. There's no OHA.
HOA.
HOA. Now I can't even say it. There is none, but city still has ordinances. So like you could easily complain if something drives you crazy. Like you're supposed to that same kind of stuff. Definitely, you're not supposed to park a vehicle in the grass. That happens before because there's one lane where there's like just one. Each side just has one lane, and you just park behind each other. And if you're both wanting to leave, I had a runner that was like started parking in the grass, which messes up the grass for one thing. But the city got onto that, which
I did get
because I don't want you parking in my grass.
I did get a communication from it, and usually it's people who are managing it are people who live in the community. So
right,
they're your neighbors.
Voted, you can vote them in and all that. Yeah.
And I had an RV there when I first started touring, as I wanted a few years ago. I had this crazy idea that I was going to tour in an RV and sleep in the RV, and I had it converted, and it was parked out front in the driveway. And I got a text, I think it was all by text or email, and she said that you are blocking the sidewalk. And I'm like, I got kind of panicked, like, where am I going to put this thing? Because I looked into it, you could buy a parking spot just up the road, but it was like $100 a month just to park the RV. And so I said, what if I
spot where I always parked? You were allowed to park that on the side of the road, and they might not want that on the side of the road just because it's so big.
Right. That's correct. And so it was like a shuttle bus. It was the size of a shuttle bus. In fact, it was a converted shuttle bus. The kind of bus is like when you
park it here, because you don't have the biggest front area. More your yard is backyard. You have a good sized backyard.
Yes. So what I resolved is I pulled it all the way ahead. It was like an inch away from my door, from my garage door, very close. Put on the brakes, and I think I even put blocks under the tires so it wouldn't run into and it was basically out of the driveway. I mean, maybe just part of the bumper was technically overshadowing the driveway. And I sent that to her. I said, is this okay? And she said, happily, she was kind enough. She said, yeah, that'll work. We'll accept that. So I had it there for a period of time until I got rid of it. And I didn't have to pay someone.
That would just be annoying if that's always over. I mean, it's still they're being nice to you too, because I would say a lot of nice neighborhoods, they would say, no, you can't really have that park. Like they wouldn't want boats probably parked.
Right. You can't have a boat. I don't think you can have a boat.
Which you could, you got room in your garage where you could, if we got a boat, we can put it in your garage, which is a smart idea. That's a good way to save you'll spend $2,500. Well, probably, I bet you spend like almost $5,000 a month sticking a boat somewhere on a slip somewhere a year.
Really?
That can be
$5,000 a month.
I would say if it's
depends
more
where
expensive.
Yeah,
but I think my ex-girlfriend, her family, it's just a couple $100 a month. So it was like, or no, maybe just $100. It was like $1,200 a year then. But then that's like that lake was a little, like probably 20 minutes from, at least 20 minutes from your house.
Well, it's either that or haul it in and haul it away. I mean, have a vehicle that can pull it in a trailer.
Yeah.
You can haul it around, I guess.
Yeah, because, you just take it straight where you want, and then that way, too, it stays clean. It stays in your garage. If I got a boat, that'd be nice.
It would be really nice for that kind of recreational things is to have a bigger driveway. I mean, a driveway where you can park 2 cars back to back, maybe 4 cars in your driveway, 2-car width because it's a 2-car garage, and then you can only put 1 car, two cars abreast of each other in my driveway. And then you have to pull it ahead, otherwise you're blocking the sidewalk. If it was a longer driveway, you can put, you can put more cars. And that's kind of an important thing when you're looking at a house. But the number one thing I was looking for when I looked for this house is a brand new house, new construction. When I bought it, I wanted this room.
This is the room you were looking for.
This is the room I wanted. This 13-foot high ceilings, 28-foot deep, 20 feet wide. This is my recording studio. So
this is 3 New York apartments right here. This is the size of 3 unit quads. This is the biggest room. If most people, if they use this, this would be like their recreational room.
Right.
This is like twice as big as your master. Not that much. Your master's pretty good size, but close to it. Close to, if you just count the room, not
if
the
you just
bathroom,
count. Okay.
not
Yeah.
close to it, but still.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
You're right.
This is big. This is good size. This could make. You could put a lot of entertainment in here.
I do.
And well, there's
I do.
a lot of entertainment. Like there's like tons of guitars. Any music person that walks through the store is going to be very well entertained. So that makes it where we have the pool table in the living room, which works out just fine. It looks sharp, looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And with a bunch of nice art and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna miss it here for another. The cruise is always fun. It's always fun to be home. I mean, I've definitely got burnout of cruising before. You've experienced that too. I mean, you can only live in one little room for so long.
I don't love it as much as you and your brother and your family.
Yeah, my brother just loves it to have. Of course, he's got to experience a lot of cruises by himself. I kind of envy that. I'd like to do that myself sometime, just to experience that, go on a cruise by myself. That would be quite the interesting experience, I think. And
well,
he's done that quite a bit.
He knows how to. I mean, he's got it down. He's the cruise expert. He knows how to meet people. He knows.
Yeah, and you're a higher level. You're the highest level on the cruise, so you get on first. And
he loves to wear the first day. He'll wear my first cruise
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
He wears a shirt that says "My first cruise," and it's not his first cruise, and he just does it to mess with people. And people all the time being, "Hey, first cruise, congratulations!" And it's not his first cruise. I did that with him. We made that for our first 2 T-shirts that said "My first cruise." Oh my gosh, he loved it. He loved it way too much.
And he also loves when he goes to the.
He forgot at the house. Let me tell you this real quick. We had to switch vehicles because one of the vehicles was messing up, and he left that shirt. He was like, "Oh, I forgot something. I forgot. We got to go back." I'm like, "What'd you forget?" And he's not one to tell me. And we basically just went back for his dang T-shirt. Had to drive back 20 minutes to get his T-shirt. Oh my gosh. It was
he also loves because they
funny.
always have a so what is it, platinum level is the level he's at, or is it diamond?
Diamond.
So they have platinum. A diamond kind of a reception.
200 days. Yeah, and you get there's a diamond party and a platinum diamond party every week, at least for 5 days and up. So
he loves going there, and he's in his 30s, but he's got a baby face. He looks like he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
And
he doesn't have a baby face, I'd say. He just has a very young face.
Very young.
I consider a baby face a different look. You know what I'm saying? Like that more oval look to you where you
okay. Yeah.
But I know what you're saying.
Anyway, and he loves going to the diamond party, which is usually a bunch of old people. You know, to get to 200 cruising days, there's not many younger people who do that. And he'll be in there, and some grouchy, usually a man, right, will get all grouchy and say, "What's this young kid doing here?"
Oh yeah.
And
once he tells them that help half the time, like, how are you able to go so many cruises? What's going on? You know, like, I mean, for somebody able to do it, but then to like pick cruising, like, yeah, which is becoming more and more popular. It's becoming so much popular. I mean, people don't even realize the bang for your buck. I mean, I remember when we were kids, my dad was looking and going on a cruise, like, we can't go on a cruise. Like, that's for rich people. And it's never been. It's never, maybe back in the day, definitely back in the day, it probably was a lot higher.
Well, I would say the Titanic era, that was for rich people.
Sure.
If you're going across the ocean on an ocean, that was definitely a different time.
If you're paying bottom dollars, you're on the bottom, and you don't even have a seat on you can't even successfully have a boat spot to get with the thing sinking. But yeah, they even
life raft.
They had them life raft. Thank you. But they even had them locked up down there. I think is one of the issues. Like that's how a lot of them died. They were cut off from the rest of the ship. We're able to go anywhere we want for the most part. I mean, there's some specialty areas, which is nice. Which we experienced. That was the most different thing on Celebrity Cruise. We experienced Celebrity for the first time. Tim, and my parents and Daniel and the 5 of us went on what was that? Two cruises,
two back-to-backs.
two
Too long
back-to-back
for me.
cruises.
Too long.
Well, you had a good time though. You were. I mean,
did,
after
yeah.
you were ready, but you started early too. You started early, but
I started early.
You
Oh yeah, I
started
did.
your
Well,
vacation
that
a
part
little
I enjoyed.
later.
I went to Malta. I went about 4
Mhm.
4 days early, and I added a destination. I went to Malta,
Mhm.
and that was cool. I'm glad I did
Yeah.
that.
But the thing with cruising, you can do whatever you want, whatever you feel like doing. You know, you want to socialize. So sometimes maybe you're socializing more than you feel like doing. That happens to me at times because I'm pretty much content just going back to the room sometimes and watching a movie, or just going up to the top deck and and sitting out and watching a movie, or just
Yeah, you like to see the movies and open air movies they do.
there's nothing like watching a nice movie and open. I'm hoping they have some really good
And they had
movies
some
that I
pretty.
haven't seen.
They when we were on, they had Barbie. I'm showing.
Yeah, they have some newer. Definitely have some movies.
Was that in Christmas? That was the Carnival one, and Barbie
That had
hadn't
just
been
come
out that
out.
long.
No,
Yeah,
it
it
hadn't
had just
come
come
out at
out, so
all,
they
yeah.
didn't, it's not like 5-year-old movies. It's
Yeah, they have
it's-
movies that come out. Oppenheimer too. That basically movies that had just come out previously a few months ago.
so you can lay on your deck chair in the ocean air.
Oh my gosh, you get the ocean air. I love taking
and-
pictures up there too. They got a
and-
big screen playing the movie. You get the ocean coming over you. Grab yourself a blanket.
if it's cold, if you want to,
a little bit of popcorn. Used to be free, now it costs money, but whatever.
Oh, the popcorn costs money now?
It's like $1.50.
Well, they're not really making a lot of money, are they? I mean, they got to find ways to squeeze out more money.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because you could go, if you go on the cruise and you get a discounted rate, let's say, because they're trying to fill it up, and you don't buy anything extra. You don't take any excursions. You don't pay anything. They are losing money.
They're losing money.
They're losing a lot of money. So they make their money on the add-ons. And
casino is a big one.
Casino's the number one. I think
casino's definitely the number one. And then all they make money from
excursions.
Excursions.
Like if there's a $200 per person excursion, $100 goes to, half of it goes to the cruise line.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. They get
that's a fact. That Daniel was telling us that.
Oh,
see,
really?
Daniel, he talks. In fact, he knows captains and director of entertainment, and he tells a story about one time first day he was sitting at a table, and this woman thought was all self-important, and she said, "We know the captain of this cruise. We know the captain of this cruise. I mean, I bet we're important." And the captain comes by and goes, "Hey, Daniel, I didn't know you were on this cruise," and didn't even acknowledge. He didn't know those women.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard the story.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
yeah. Daniel was sitting there, and they're going about how they know the captain, and they didn't know the captain because he came by and didn't say a word to them. But he goes, "Hey, Daniel, I didn't know you were on this cruise."
They had to have felt so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so
and funny. He lives for that. He loves that.
And not that they're lying, but they probably had some interaction with him, and he doesn't remember. He's interacting with hundreds of people.
Sure, thousands. Yeah,
he remembers Daniel from another cruise.
Sure,
from a previous cruise. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I hadn't heard that story, but that does not surprise me one bit. It always cracks me up when there's people like that, but that act like they're
and he's probably wearing my first cruise shirt.
Yeah. First cruise shirt on, probably
because it was the first day.
Yeah, of course. Oh, that's so funny.
So we did over. Let's see, the one. Well, we were in the one. We were 3 weeks. Well, then plus the 4 days I went to Malta, so it was almost a month. And then there were delays coming back. I remember I had to spend the night in Chicago.
We were all stuck in Chicago an extra day. That was annoying.
And so flying was just a mess during that time. And it was exhausting, the traveling part, getting home. And it was just too long for me. I said, I don't want to do, maybe the most I'd do is 2 weeks in the future, 2 7-dayers, but that was 2 11-dayers, I think. Plus I added on to it. So it was
right. And you can always, we always do a couple with our parents. So you can always add on another one.
Just like
if you really wanted to.
This Christmas. You guys are going on 3, and I'm going on the one in the middle.
Yeah,
just
and
the one.
And if you have way too much fun, you could always go on another one if you really feel like it.
So the one over Christmas is the one I'm going on, and
there's
we're
one-
going
that
out
one-
of
that one will probably
we're
sell
going
out.
out of Miami, right? I believe.
Oh yeah. That will be here before you know it too. We got Thanksgiving coming up.
I am going to have you ever heard of people release songs for Christmas? Have you ever heard of anybody releasing songs for Thanksgiving? I think it's an untapped resource.
A nice Thanksgiving song.
And I wrote a Thanksgiving song some years ago.
Give me some turkey, you turkey. Give me some chicken, you chicken.
It doesn't go quite like that.
No. I want some ham, you ham.
But if I get it done, I'm pretty sure I got to finish I got to redo a bunch of parts and send it to my producer, and hopefully it'll come out. My idea is to have it come out like the Friday before Thanksgiving.
You can use these lyrics. These are great. Give me some turkey, you turkey.
Thank you. So
give me some ham, you ham. I like me some deviled eggs, but I don't like spam. Of that, I am not a fan.
Okay, Dr. Seuss.
Yes, sirree. Oh my gosh.
We didn't click our glass. We've got to clink our cups. Otherwise, it's not a no sugar, no cream podcast, is it?
When Folgers in your cup. Not sponsored. Definitely.
Yeah,
not.
So we do have merch.
Yes.
You're not wearing your merch, but I'm
this
wearing
is
my merch.
The Batman no sugar, no cream.
Although I did notice on the replay, it's reversed. We got to figure out how to make it so it's not reversed, so you don't see the mirror image of it. But it does read correctly. No sugar, no cream podcast.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to undo that unless you take the neck. Like switch it. Yeah, I don't know how you would do that.
You can do it. You can do it. You can flip it.
You can do it, Tim. Tim, I believe in you. I believe you can fly. I believe you can touch the sky, Tim. I'm sorry. I'm waking up. I'm waking up, ladies and gentlemen. I love you, Nashville.
Watch out, Seth is waking up.
I'm waking up. I got the coffee. I drink all my coffee. She's about empty. Bob, I'm gonna need you to make some more coffee.
So what, you've been watching college football and
yeah, I'm not a big college football. Maybe I'll put on it for a little bit, especially when I'm taking a nap. Which I like to do from time. Man, Tim has the best nap taking couch. That cools you. It's like a natural cooling object because it just absorbs any coolness into the leather. But
you have taken that over. That is now your couch position.
That is my couch. You must ask permission to sit on the couch, to fart on the couch. You have to worry about that, You have to worry about anybody farting on that thing because, it's leather. It's just gonna bounce off,
Don't. Let's not talk about that.
About how often you fart on it. You don't want to talk about that, Tim? Just give us a number. Does it make you uncomfortable? Anyway, I'm looking for the Cowboys this season. Hopefully, doing well. I'm looking forward to
Who's the quarterback for the Cowboys?
It is. You jerk! How dare you put me on your spot? I'm so bad with names. No. It's not Travis Kelce. I don't know why that popped in my head. He works for East Kansas. It is. Oh my gosh, what is his name? I can't even think of his name right now. Crap. I should know it too. They just signed their number one receiver for like a crazy deal. Like 160 million over 4 years or something like that, which is pretty awesome. But no, they've had the same quarterback here for the last few years. I think he's got one year left on his. My gosh, I'm so bad with names. Prescott is his name. Yeah. Oh, who's that? I heard an echo.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too. I hope it's okay.
Maybe it's going through my.
Who's the QB? It's Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott.
I wonder if it's coming from these. But here, I gotta
When I checked it, it wasn't in it. There was no echo.
Well, I gotta put sound through these things. If they probably disconnected or something. But yeah. What was his first name?
Dak, D-A-K. It's coming through your phone.
Yeah, it's coming through my phone because there we go. And that I literally just put the headphones on so it go through this. I can't get it to mute on there. I put the sound all the way and it still comes through just a little bit. And it's muted, so the mic's not working, but it's I don't know what it's playing the sound from. I don't know what it's doing. It doesn't make any sense to me because it's muted. But anyways, people are like, "What?" They were telling a wonderful story, and then he just started rambling and put an earbud in. What? I hate this podcast. I'll never listen to it again. Well, you know what? Stay tuned because we are sponsored by We're not sponsored. I'm just kidding. Folgers.
In your cup.
You know what?
Folgers in your
sorry,
cup.
I apologize. We'll be right back after this message. Help, Tim. Help, I'm losing my mind. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. A little clear of the head. Is it doing it again?
It's doing it again. Doing it again.
Oh my God.
Hopefully it's tolerable for those. So my next song coming out, I want to talk about my song. So I just had a song come out. Stop Start Girl Tim Wolf Band version.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually a couple of reels that I put on Instagram are really doing well, like over 4,000 views per. I'm really happy about that.
Reels on Instagram.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
So I'm really excited. Not sponsored. Yeah. So
That's
I'm really
awesome.
excited about it. Thank you, all of you who are listening.
Oh my gosh, everybody cheering.
Yeah, it's more than my norm. I mean, my norm has been 500, maybe to 1,000 per reel. And this is, last I checked, each one, both of them, were over 4,000 on the song Stop Start Girl Tim Wolf Band. So I'm so excited. I mean, it's and I got a gig coming up next Friday. I'm playing at the Cobra.
I'm not gonna make it.
I know you're not gonna be here. You know.
I apologize.
So my buddy
I'm sorry, Tim.
Jimmy Davis will be there with me. And super excited about that.
That's not cool, man.
Just give it the
I'm not
look.
gonna be there.
I know.
It's not cool.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You got to cancel it.
And my next song coming out a week from this Friday.
Yeah.
Is the Stephanie song.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Love you, Stephanie. She'll never know. Well, we're getting close to the end of the podcast, but any things you want to talk about to wrap up the podcast, or any new insights?
Thank you so much for
inspiration?
watching us.
Yeah.
And every Tuesday we're endeavoring to have a podcast going live.
We won't have to wrap it up that fast, but
and we appreciate you so much. Thank you for hanging with us. I'm Tim. This is Seth.
No
sugar, no cream.
So what song comes out Friday? Is it? It's
Stephanie comes out not this Friday, but the next Friday.
The next. Okay, and every 2 weeks you do one.
Every 2 weeks. Yeah, I just had Stop Start Girl Tim Wolf Band version came out last Friday, 4 days ago.
Version. And you're about to have a band practice here, huh?
Yeah, where we'll be practicing.
So I will be a good little boy. I'll wait on you guys hand and foot. I'll be like your servant. I need an outfit. I come in. Yes, this is Jeeves. I'm Tim's servant. Can I get you a spot of tea? Perhaps some no sugar, no cream coffee?
They'd love that. They'd love that.
That would be hilarious. I can get the whole outfit thing. Jeeves, just call me Jeeves. I'll bring everybody some water, some filtered, refrigerated water. No tap for us, ladies and gentlemen. We get it from the refrigerator. You just push on. It does taste so much better.
It does filtered. Yeah.
It's funny how I always, like, at my house in Northwest Arkansas, I drink from the tap, and I just loved it finally. And I got all new appliances, and they had the whole refrigerator thing, and they got a nice filter system in those. You got to replace like every 6 months or whatever. And And so and start drinking that, and then I try to drink the tap water. I'm like, oof, man, that water is so much better than the tap water. And then there's a big difference here. I was like, the regular tap water around here just isn't as good as some tap water. Like, or it can have a different flavor. I remember South Dakota water was definitely had a big flavor. Well, that was well water.
That was well water. Yeah, that was.
It was still, I mean, if you were used to it, you loved it though.
It was dry. It was from the
You could taste you could literally taste the minerals. You could be like,
there was a lot of minerals. Yeah, in there, and
it was very minerally.
Yeah, that was.
It had a very.
It's a 1,000-foot well. It was a deep well that had to dig, and that's where the water source came from.
Here's a question: do you recall at all when that was, or how they found that well? Did they use one of those? You ever hear about those well people that usually?
Yeah, they do that.
Which is a freakish thing.
I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid there's some demonic something going on there.
I think it seems like there's something to do with.
Well, they call it witching. That's what they call it. Well, witching.
None of the people are ever witches that are doing it.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, they've killed 100 of women that they claim were witches, but probably most of them weren't witches.
They take a twig,
yeah,
and only certain people can do it, and they call it well witching. That's what they call it.
Yeah, to find the well. I don't think they're witches. I mean, I think it's normal. I don't think they're witchy. I mean,
I don't know. It just. I mean,
I don't think
demonic activity is very. I know it exists, and I don't want to mess with that. So, I would be afraid of that. But they came. I remember when they came and found the well. They just drilled a couple different holes until they found water.
I'm curious. Now I'm curious to Google it because I bet there's something scientific to have to do with because usually the wood will make a pull. I mean, or of some sort. Maybe there's something scientific to it. Who knows? But
well witching, fact or fake. Or they also call it dousing. They also call it dousing.
One thing of the thing I heard is like they're just guessing because if you dig deep enough, you're gonna usually find a well of some sort because there's water going everywhere a lot of times, and if you go deep enough, especially if you go 1,000 feet, at some point there's a good chance you just hit something. But there might be signs too by just looking around too, all the trees, maybe certain plants and stuff like that. But yeah.
Okay, here it says most experts, other than dowsing experts, that is, they call it dowsing, another term for it, classify this art to the realm of pseudoscience. Over the last century, several studies have shown that the average dowser is no better at predicting the location of water than anyone else. However, there is one study conducted by the German government in the 1990s that perplexed the scientific community. During this study's 10-year research period, researchers paired up experienced geologists and dowsers, sending them to dry regions like Sri Lanka, Kenya, and Yemen. Scientists were surprised to find that many of the dowsers were spot on. In Sri Lanka alone, drill teams drilled 691 wells under the supervision of dowsers and found water 96% of the time.
That's interesting.
So it's still undetermined, but I don't know. How does it work?
I know somebody that used one because they had some land. But hey, you can't beat well water. No cost. All you're just paying for is the
electricity.
The electricity to pull it up, and all the water you need. That's pretty cool.
It was 1,000-foot well. That's a deep well.
That's a very deep well. I would say, yeah.
Not quite.
If you're able to go that deep, there's a good chance you're going to hit water at some point, just because there's just so many different. But then those two, I mean, yeah, that's kind of crazy with that study of because if you go to more remote areas where there's less chance of water being underground in a lot of areas, I mean, less chance. It's going to be a lot harder to find to be able to dig a well. But, anyways, shout out this. This was not sponsored by any well finders of any sorts.
Why don't you wrap it up?
Harry Potter, we're a fan. Please don't come for us. But anyways, now I'm just rambling. Guys, appreciate you guys watching the podcast, listening to it.
Yes.
We soon will be on all podcasts here here from here to Ghana. We'll start. I think here in the next couple of weeks, I think we're going to be on different podcasts, right?
We're going to do our
working
best,
on that.
to get it.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
But still, you can check us out on YouTube, Spotify. We've been going on Instagram and mostly Facebook. We a lot of listeners on Facebook and watchers. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you next time. Love you.
Yep.
Bye. No, seriously. Bye.